Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Zendaya. Um, I was recently watching the trailer for her upcoming movie Malcolm and Maria, and I thought it was a cool movie that Netflix is about to do. Apparently, there's some controversy because there are parents upset at her for starring in the movie because you know, John David Washington is 10 years her senior in the movie and stuff like that. But, a Zendaya is an adult or whatever. But people have a problem because they see her as a Disney Channel star still, even though, she's not on Disney anymore or whatever. But they still see her as a Disney Channel star. And I just find that so weird and stupid. It's just like, how are you going to get upset at this actress for portraying an adult? She is an adult. Just because she looked like a teenager still, she is still technically an adult, and we've been seeing this problem with a lot of Disney Channel stars where they want to step out, but then everybody get upset that they are stepping out, which, make them have to be all crazy or whatever. But I think Zendaya and probably what I believe Raven Simone probably are the only two that I can think of that like stepped out from Disney and did it in like a graceful way or whatever and stuff like that. Like all the main Disney Channel starlets done had to prove themselves as an adult or whatever and stuff like that. Oh, I would say Zac Efron too. Zac Efron kind of did the same thing as well, stepping out, doing, being a respectful way or whatever, instead of, sludifying themselves or trying to take on this more mature role or whatever and stuff like that. I just feel like, you gotta let these kids grow up, because if you don't let them grow up, they turn out, semi crazy or whatever. I think that was the issue. That's the issue with, new generation Disney channel anyway, or Disney in general, because what before the 2000s, Disney Channel, back in the day, had these people on there. They had mature stories or whatever. They wasn't afraid to go there with the characters. They let the characters grow up or whatever. And then, by the time we get to, the most iconic, shows like That's So Raven, Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and stuff like that, Feel in the Future, yeah, these shows were still mature or whatever and stuff like that, but you can tell that they still was holding them back and they wouldn't let them grow up. That's why a show like Girl Meets World failed on Disney Channel, because you wouldn't let them really grow up and really, tackle mature subjects that was needed, because you have this image that you want of them. And I feel like when Zendaya, she's an adult. If she wants to play a role about being a girlfriend or a wife dealing with issues with her husband, she's allowed to. She's allowed to. Who are we to like say that she's not or whatever? It's just kind of weird. Like Zendaya did everything right, and yet you still got parents getting upset at this nonsense. Like, leave this girl alone. She is an adult. She done everything the right way. You have to let her grow up. Oh, Cheyenne McClain too. I forgot Cheyenne McClain was also on Disney Channel, and she did everything right as well too. So I forgot about her as well. But why so hard on them or whatever? And I don't know. Maybe it's Disney's fault, to be honest, because like I said, you didn't let these kids grow up and have maturity on the shows. So when they do, elevate to adulthood, you know, you have them fans that understand, okay, they're growing up. The same thing with parents. If you were showing more mature subjects on the Disney Channel, not just for the kids and the tweens, and even with the tweens, you will still want to show more maturity than a lot of these sitcoms. That's what they need. They need some semi-serious shows where, yes, you can have comedic moments, but it should be a maturity focused thing. That's why I think Degrassi did so well for all these years before it finally got canceled, I believe. Is you're doing a show for kids about kids growing up and maturing along the way. You need something like that. That's the problem with the United States when it comes to like tweens, kids, or whatever and stuff like that. Because if you're not showing Hollywood in general and showing parents in general that these characters are also growing up along with your kids, you get issues like this. Because I don't think Zendaya should be getting any kind of hate from doing Euphoria or Malcolm and Maria, because that's these are some roles that she decided to choose. I just find it weird that they decided that we need to tell Zendaya that she shouldn't be allowed to be a grown woman anymore because of the fact that she came from Disney and she still looked like a teenager. Newsflash: there's a whole lot of adults that look like teenagers and they still are grown. I mean, if you've seen me, I look like a teenager too, and people forget that I'm grown all the time. All the time, and just be like, I'm grown. I'm not some high schooler. You know, it's funny going places and stuff like that. And if you go in places that have security or whatever stuff like that during certain times of day, people asking for your ID because they're trying to figure out if you don't skip school or not. Like, excuse me, I'm grown and I went to college. So, I just feel like leave the girl alone, let her do her work and stuff like that, and actually appreciate the fact that she's done it the right way without going crazy or anything. But she is going to grow or whatever and stuff like that, you know. So there's just something, we just not going to let stop happening, especially that's her passion is acting and stuff like that. So she's always going to mature with these roles or whatever. And I feel like we should let her, you know. Don't be surprised when there's a movie or a show or something like that where she's grown and she got two children. You can't be like, what? Yes, it's possible to still look like her age and have kids and be married. It is what it is. But yeah, that was my little thoughts about the whole Zendaya thing. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.